YouTubers, it's me, Morgan Tracy J, coming this morning with the morning fix. Well guys, I got up, I got my workout in, and today was so much more better than yesterday. I was not on empty. I actually woke up at the first alarm. Amen. But guys, today I want to give you guys the morning fix, and I want to talk about stepping up and coming higher. Well guys, what kind of pulled me to this is because I've been talking a lot about stepping into position and, you know, getting into the position and all these things, but we also have to understand when you decide to step up, it comes with new responsibility. And that new responsibility sometimes can keep a lot of us from truly stepping into the position that we really want. I know there were times when I wanted to be better. I wanted to get out of a sinful lifestyle and be stronger in God, but I didn't want the responsibility, because now the responsibility meant that since I know better, I got to do better. All right, and there were times I was not willing to do better, okay? And there were times when I even kind of played the fence. I had one foot in with God and one foot out. And I was saying, I want that position with you, Lord. I want to be closer with you, but I'm not willing to take on the responsibility to have this position. And I think that can happen to a lot of us sometimes, that we want to step up, but we're not willing to take on the responsibility. Another example that comes to mind is when I had a blog. When I first created my ministry, my blog, I was so excited. I took on the responsibility. I was ready, but I didn't have the discipline to be consistent. Okay, we can't be a disciple without discipline. And so when I understood that my discipline was jacked up, I was posting very rarely. It was sporadic. I wasn't sending emails. I just wasn't on my game. And so I had to create a schedule, and I had to get myself together and organized. But I want to tell you that a lot of us do not step up because we're not willing to take on the responsibility, because we know that once we take on that responsibility, we have to take on the discipline that comes with it. A lot of our walks today with God isn't as strong as it could be because we're taking on the responsibility a little bit, but we're not willing to take into the discipline. We're not willing to take the discipline that it takes to get along with God, to pray your journal, to pray, to read, to write, whatever. We're not willing to do that. And so today I want to tell you that if you want to come higher and you want to step into that position, you have to start to expect higher. You have to expect higher revelation. You got to expect a higher personal walk with God. You got to expect higher blessings. You got to come higher. Okay, and with coming higher, it comes with new responsibility. It just does. But in that process, you're going to learn yourself. And God isn't telling you to be perfect. What He tells you is to try, show up, and guess what? He's got the rest. He never says to be perfect, but He lets us know that in our weaknesses, His strength is revealed. And so what I want to tell you today is when you decide to step up and you decide to come higher, you have to expect higher. You got to want higher. You got to fully embrace it. No more one foot in, one foot out. No more teeter-tottering. Do I really want this? If you decide that I'm going to create that blog, I'm going to make that YouTube channel, I'm going to pursue God on another level, you know what, I'm going to, create this thing. If you decide that, you need to take on the responsibility that comes with it. Be disciplined in it, okay? Take on that responsibility. Just face it. Be honest with yourself. Okay, Morgan, when you decided to do the morning fix, you have to take on responsibility now to create content. But now you got to put on the discipline to not only do it daily, but to also make the time for God even more discipline on that. Okay, so that's what I want to tell you guys. When you take on something new and you want to get into the position God is calling you to get into, you have to step up, you got to come higher, and that's going to come with responsibility and discipline. All right, I want to tell you that, guys, that you can come higher, and the way you do that is by fully embracing it, not teeter-tottering, but saying, I'm going to take this on and I'm going to be better, okay? And I'm not going to be perfect every day, but I know that in my weaknesses, His strength is revealed. So I can just show up, I can just try, and He's got the rest. All right, and the last thing I want to tell you guys is before you can expect to see change, you have to change. And so that's what happens when we get responsibilities and discipline. Even though everything around us may still look the same, we start changing. Just think about the people who start working out and eating better. Guess what happens? Things around them, their body might still look the same, but slowly but surely they're taking on that responsibility. They're putting in that discipline, and slowly but surely things are starting to change. They may still think, oh, I still weigh the same amount, but guess what? Their body internally is beginning to change. And so trust the process and know that when you decide to step up, things will change, and you have to change first. All right, guys, I pray you got blessed by this morning's message. I pray you got your morning fix, guys. Be sure you like, you subscribe, and also you share it with somebody else that needs a little bit of fix for their morning, okay? I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.